Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today the car that I have for you is very special because a lot of people were asking for this and it took me a long time, but I got it for you guys. This is the 2022 Land Rover Defender. Yes, and thanks to Land Rover Brampton for providing this car to me so I could do a full in-depth review. And if you need any Land Rover cars, do hit them up. I'm gonna link their Facebook page at the description and the number of the sales manager as well. So first, I'm going to tell you guys what is the Land Rover Defender. So what comes on your mind when you think about the Land Rover Defender? An off-road car that is very good at it and very capable. The Land Rover Defender was introduced in three variants: the 110, the 90 and the 127, meaning the extra long variant. There was a 3-door, a 5-door and an extra long variant for the Land Rover Defender, and it was a 4-wheel drive with differential lockers, manual transmission. So good off-road vehicle from the start, and this is the newest and greatest. It's been a long time Land Rover didn't develop anything, but then they came up with this. Why did they take so much time? A legend doesn't come out in seconds, it does take a lot of time. So they think about it and how would they remain the same car but with moderner stuff like headlights, your navigation system and stuff like that, and they nailed it. This is the 2022 model and one of my most favorite off-road vehicles. And when it comes to competitors of the Land Rover Defender, it's the Jeep Wrangler when it comes to off-roading and the Ford Bronco. But if you go to price comparison, this is the most expensive because it's from a British brand. Now I'm going to show you the full review. So first I'm going to show you the key. So the key is a typical Land Rover key. You have the Land Rover badge, you have the unlock lock, headlight and the boot and the panic button. So let's start with the front fascia. Let's start with the headlights. When you unlock the car, the headlight automatically turns on, and I'm going to get inside and turn on the full headlight. So it was a cold start, that's why it was so loud. So let's come to the headlights. So as you know, Land Rover makes really futuristic design and very modern design headlights. So if you come closer, you have your big projector set up here. That is your headlight and high beam. You have your daytime running lights here and here. And you have your hazards at the center. And as it's an off-road vehicle, headlight's gonna get dirty if you off-road it. It has a very powerful headlight washer for washing it. And then this whole part is in black for the contrast with this gray color, and this is actually optional extra for having it. And you have LED fog lamps down here as well. And then for more nice looks, you have these black treatments with this hole so it looks more nicer, and it is actually open here. As you can see, it's closed here but open on top for the oil cooler right there. This is the 3-liter version, but it is still open here and here, so no fakery vents, and it is also open here for aerodynamics. You have parking sensors as well all around the car, and the down portion is fully in black. This is also open. You have the front camera right here, and the vent inside open and closes by itself. And it has the off-road chin right here, so when you come in a recline it doesn't hit as much, but it has a very good ground clearance. Open here as well, open here as well, but it could go underwater until here and nothing's gonna happen. And you can get an optional extra intercooler that goes all the way there, so you could go more under without damaging the engine. You have the Defender badge right here, and then you have the Land Rover badge here. The front, pretty good. With the front bumper, the center of the hood is also the same color, black, as you could see, black metallic, and then you have your other color here and this treatment here. Why? For making the car look more rugged. So when it's dirty, it looks such a monster, you know. And then you have more these rugged stuff here and the automatic windshield wipers And that's going to be pretty much it. You have 2 cameras at the front, to be honest 3, for your adaptive brake assist and your lane keep assist and your automatic cruise control. And one more cool feature about Land Rover is they tell which variant it is. So if you guys come all the way here, I'm just gonna close the VIN number, and then you could see the P400 written there and X. So all of the names are always here. And that's going to be pretty much it for the front fascia of the Land Rover Defender. Now I'm going to show you the side profile. Because this is the 5-door version and the longest Defender you can get, the length of this car is 197.5 inches. And you can get another 3-door version of this car, and this is the 5-door version. First, let's go to the wheels. So you could get optional extra wheels, and this is the biggest wheel. It's on full black and it says Defender right here. And if we go to the wheels, it's from Continental, and the wheel size are 275 45 R22s. 6-piston brakes at the front with red calipers, and these are actually Brembos. And the thickness of the caliper is 14.3 inches. And the front suspension is short and long arm with air springs. So you could actually raise the car and lower the car as well. You have the side reflector because this is the North American car. And the side fender is also in this gloss black treatment instead of the baseline plastic treatment. You have mud flaps also from the company. You have Defender here, another vent open here, so getting the heat out from the engine. And it actually looks really nice. It's like a side grille. And then this full part is black. You have the Defender X. This is actually optional extra package, and this is fully black until the back. If we come to the mirrors, where's the hazards light? The hazards light's actually here. Then you have the camera down here, and you have your lane keep assist and your side blind spot monitoring. And if someone high beams it, this is actually gonna dim, so it's auto dimming. And then you have black all the way here until the back, but this is the window, this is the window. This is also a window, but this actually opens, this doesn't. And then you have this box. Why? Because over here, if you get an optional extra, you could actually get something you could climb on the top, or boxes on either side. And this is actually, it says Land Rover, and this is actually blocked, but this is your windshield again, and there's another glass right here, and roof rails also. And you have keyless entry on 4 of the doors, as you can see the buttons, and you can manually open it from here as well. And the build quality, just so good. So for the 5-door version of the car, the wheelbase of the car is 119 inches, and the maximum ground clearance is 8.0. That is actually a lot for an off-road vehicle. Now if you come back, you have the rear wheels. So it has differential lockers as well, and a limited slip diff. And if you come to the wheels, it's the same as it's an all-wheel drive car, but you have your single piston caliper, and the rear disc thickness is 13.8 inches, multi-link suspension with air springs. And you have the other reflector here, mud flaps with Land Rover badging at the back. Now I'm just gonna go to the other side and show you the fuel tank, then the rear of the car. So if the car is unlocked, if you just press here, it's going to open, and the fuel tank capacity of the 3-liter version is 23.8 gallons, and the fuel economy should be good as well. Now I'm going to show you the rear of the car. So first of all, I'm going to get inside and turn on the rear tail lights that are very nice in my opinion. It has the retro feeling, but it is fully modern with LED systems in it. So let's get inside, let's turn them on. So if you come to the rear lights are very complicated and simple at the same time. So these are the main brake lights, but when you put the hazard, these blink as well. But when you turn off the hazards, I'm just gonna do that. So you guys don't get confused. So this is the brake light fully, and then you have the hazards that's blinking. And for the Asian market, you have these are the hazards because it's yellow, but in North America it's red. And if you guys see on the other side, the hazards are fully on. Now if you come here, you also have reflectors down here and parking sensors, and you can see you have this nice hole in it, but I would like it if it had a reflector there instead of here. You have the Defender badging here, you have the rear towing hook in red, you have the rear spare tire like the G-Wagon, and then if you go down, you have the towing hook there, number plate slot, and 2 towing hooks on either side, and the exhaust that are completely real, no fakery. And if you go on up, you have the shark fin antenna with the upper camera behind it. Now I'm going to show you, is the Defender practical or not? So the boot actually opens like this, so you need a lot more storage when you're going grocery shopping and stuff. So for opening it, if you just go on this button, there's a button back there, and then it opens sideways. Let's start from here because there's a lot of things on the boot. First of all, you have the Defender badging here. If you open this like this or any other way, you have your emergency triangle down there with Land Rover and Jaguar written. Locking that, you have storage over here that you have the net for the boot, and you can put more storage here, and everything is bolted, so you have the retro feeling. This is the grab handle for closing it. And then if you come to the boot, as this is the 7-seater version, but before that everything is this treatment, so if you put muddy stuff here, it's not going to ruin any carpet because there's no carpets, and this is easily washable. And if you get the seats up, there you can see, and then for this side, there you can see, now it's a 7-seater, but the rear seats are more smaller than the big Range Rover, so people are gonna struggle if you're tall. And then if you just press this, you have a hook here for your groceries, and there is a bottle opener here, so you can actually open bottles, and there's a light placement here and light placement here, and the same on this side. And then you can actually lower and raise the car from there. For if you press this button and hold it, the car is gonna get lowered, and then if you press this button, the car is gonna get raised. Fold down the seat for showing the side stuff. So if you just do this, there it folds, and the same on this side, folds. First of all, you have a full-on plug here for a refrigerator or a laptop, and then you have everything's just very snug in there. You have netted storage area here, and then if you come on this side, you have another power outlet with your triggering points and a hook here as well. And then up here you could see your tweeters. And the boot, everything is very capable and stuff. And then if you open this, you have your tire repair kit and stuff down there. This is actually for opening the tire because you have a spare tire right there. And then you have your cup holders for the rear, and that's pretty much it, nothing else. Now let's close the boot from the side, and then there we go. So now I'm going to open the hood for showing you guys the engine. There we open it, and then if I come outside, there you have the hydraulic struts. So this is the P400. First, let me explain how many engine varieties you could get. So the Defender starts with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, and you can get a plug-in hybrid on that version that goes to my country, Bangladesh, or you could get a 3-liter mild hybrid that also goes to my country, and that's this car, or you could get a 4.4-liter and a 5-liter V8. So this is a 3-liter inline 6 MHEV. As you can see here, Land Rover and Ingenium written. You have your 6 cylinders there. There's your engine oil distribution. You pour it out there. This is for all the air that comes to the intercooler, all the way goes till the engine. You have your dipstick back there, and everything is just very ruggedy because it's the Defender. This is for your windshield wiper fluid and the batteries of the car back, but you could jump start it from here. And now if you come to the power outputs of this car, 395 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque with the 8-speed automatic transmission with 2 differential lockers and a limited slip diff. You have insulation at the top, and that's going to be pretty much it. Now I'm going to show you the interior of this car. So now let's get inside the third row of the car. So this is the 60, and for folding it, there's a button here, and then you have to push it at the front. As you can see, rear seat isn't that big, it's for kids, but I'm still going to try to get inside and fit. Here we go. You could also get a 5-seater version of this car, and for getting the headrest up, you could do it from there. And yeah, on the thigh support isn't that good, and if you get the seat back, there we go. So I have enough knee room, but the problem is the under thigh support. But the seats are kind of okay. But you have some buttons here, first of all, for your heating seat. And you have a cup holder here and a cup holder here. And you have power outlets up here and another hook for a bottle holder. And then the cool feature that I was talking about is these windows that you can see the outside view from here. So yeah, now I'm going to come out from that little space. I'm going to try to squeeze out, you know. There we go, there we go. And then fix this seat there. And then for reclining it from here, you have to just press these buttons and recline it back there. Now I'm going to show you the center seats. Now sitting on the center row, it's not like the big Range Rover everything luxury, but it's not bad. Comfortable seats, isofix anchor points. You also have a center armrest with cup holders in it. And yeah, it's kind of comfortable. Window line is not that high, so kids can enjoy it. And it has a full panoramic sunroof. I'm going to open the cover, the blind. And there it opens, and you have lights on the top as well, and grab handles with hooks. And there, not a big one, but decent size. And if you come here, you could actually control the temperature for the rear climate control. Now it's synced, and this is for the wind speed for the rear climate control. And if you press here, you can control the ventilated, heated, and ventilated seats from there. And then where you want the air, your face, and your foot. And you have 2 USB-C types, and these are just blanked because you get optional extra power outlets here. AC vents are here, and you have seat pocket nets on either side, and you have optional extra Land Rover carpeted with Land Rover badge there. And you can turn off the vent and turn it on from here. Now I'm going to get inside the front seats. So on the door, you have this grab handle with this wooden treatment. Then you have your blind spot monitoring sight sensor. You have your door handle here, you have your speakers here, you have your bottle holder, and everything is just bolted in. And it covers the full door, so your pants don't get dirty. And that's pretty much it. And for the window thing, this is how much the window opens. This doesn't open, that does. And it fully goes down. Now I'm gonna get inside the front. So first, let's start with the dash of the car. First of all, you have your AC vent here. You have your big grab handle here for holding on when you're off-roading. You have huge storage with Defender written here and USB-C type. And then if you go here, you have a lockable glove box with decent amount of room. And this is actually hollow, so you have more room behind the infotainment of the car. You have your Rover at the center, your hazards button here, and these are your AC vents. And AC vents turn off or on. Now let's come to the seats. Seats are comfortable. It is 12-way adjustable. And yeah, comfort seats. You come to the center storage. If you open the glove box, you have decent amount of room there, and you can get optional extra refrigerator. You have a wireless charger here, and then you have your 2 cup holders that you can put the key, or you can put the key here. Don't put anything here because it's going to slide inside this huge storage space right here. And then if you guys come back, you have a power outlet there, a USB and a USB-C type, and then you have your media volume controller, and these are for your climate. Press it again. These are for the heated seats and ventilated seats. Or press this. This is for the wind speed. And press this. These are for the driving modes that I'm going to show you a little later. And then this is for your air suspension. You can lower and raise the car. These are your downhill assist, auto start, stop off, front windshield heater, max rear windshield heater, where you want the air, AC, auto. This is for low range mode, traction control, and no outside air coming inside. The gear knob is from the old Sport. So for drive, there. For neutral, just slow tap, and for reverse is there, and you have your reversing camera with adaptive guidelines. And then for drive and sport, you can do it from here. For park, there we go. And your start button is here. Now I'm going to show you the car's panoramic sunroof, so I'm going to open that right away. And this for tilting, and that's for fully opening. You can get an opening sunroof and a non-sliding sunroof as well. And that is the maximum. And then closing that, you have your SS emergency buttons here and your light placements are at the center. Like the big Range Rover. Then you have your vanity mirrors on either side with a mirror with a light. So you can see that. And let's close this. Let's close this. This is your rear view mirror. And if you don't want the mirror, you could just get the camera. And you have your garage opener integrated here. And settings here. Mirror, camera. Now I'm going to show you the car's infotainment system. So, the 2022 model gets this one, but before that it was just a flat screen, but now you have the new screen as the same as the Evoque, the curved display. So first of all, if you go on navigation, you could see your navigation here. You could search, same as the Land Rover, Range Rover, the big one. Same systems and all same connections like your Bluetooth, and this is for your media like your radio and tune mix. And then you could go to menus from here, navigation, account, seats, climate, eco data, valet mode, Apple CarPlay, and we just need the cameras. So you have the 360 that we didn't have in the big Range Rover. And you can see the car right there. Press this button to rotate around, or you could just press here for rotating it around. And you could actually see the rear, front from here as well. And then this is for the off-road cameras. You could see your 2 differential lockers. You can lock them from here, and this is just your touring cameras. Back to menu. Then you have your 4X for information, and then you have the low traction launch for the off-road system. You have your voice command, phone, media, and your towing details. And then if I go back to home, you have your shortcuts and favorites here with everything else. So the car is a little bit tilted now, so it's going to say -1. And yeah, it's pretty easy to use, to be honest. Now let's come to the steering. So the steering is very big, and it is more bigger than my hands, and it is tilt telescopic, fully adjustable, poweredly from here. And then these are your cruise control and driving buttons. This is for controlling that screen, and your volume and voice command. This is for your hazard and high beam and headlight controls, and this is for your windshield wiper controls. You have a wallet holder here as well, and a heads-up display on this car. And now I'm going to show you the car's instrument cluster. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and there the instrument cluster comes on. So first of all, you have your RPM here that red lines at 7,000 RPM. Then you have the engine temperature here, and then everyone's wearing the seatbelt or not, and the right temp of the car. Then you have your parking brake on or off, seatbelt monitor, your speed, top speed is 240 km per hour, and then you have your speed limit monitor, your fuel gauge, outside temperature, mileage, how much fuel it has. It could go to 515 kilometers, and you could control the center display with this button. So you have your information palette. So if you just press this, you could control through different things. Like first of all, you have to get the navigation in the square. Then you can get the media. You have trip summary. Then you have your 4X for information, like your differential lockers. And then these are for your lane keep assist. You could put a clock in there, or just your vehicle. Then if you go to display layout, you could put 2 dials, 1 dial, one second. Or you could put full map. So if you're going on a trip or something, you could, fully put map in there. Or media. Or if you're off-roading, you could put all your driver's assistant version here. I'm going to keep 2 dial because that's what I like. And then you have your trip selection, heads-up display control, and vehicle settings. You could actually control from here. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. But when you change the driving modes of the car, I'm just gonna do that, it actually comes here. So eco, comfort, grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, then you have sand, you have rock crawl, wild, and your comfort, your individual actually, to be honest. But I'm going to leave it at its normal eco mode, and then it goes back to eco. And if you can see, you have some cool features here, like it says eco there, and if you raise the suspension and lower the suspension, it actually comes up. Now it's saying it's fully lowered, and if you want to raise it, it comes to mid here and high here. But yeah, it's a really nice cluster, and the hazard actually comes on there and there. Now I'm going to show you the heads-up display. So if you guys just go up, it's just very simple. You have your speed and which gear you're in, and your navigation stuff. That's going to be pretty much it. And now let's show you the car's door. So first of all, you have your AC vent and AC vent opener and closer. Then you have a storage here. Then you have your dead pedal, brake pedal, and gas pedal. This is for your hood opener. Then you have your defender written here, your seat controls here. And if you come to the door, you have your tweeter on the top. Then you have the exterior color, another tweeter, and then your main speaker. It says Meridian Surround. Then your unlock and lock, door opener. You have your memory seats, the side blind spot monitoring system, and this is for controlling the exterior mirror, and the window controls window lockers, grab handle, and that's going to be pretty much it for the door. I'm going to turn off the car and come outside. So if you need the Land Rover Defender, you could come to Land Rover Brampton or Jaguar Brampton to get Jaguar and Land Rover vehicles. And I'm going to link the sales manager's phone number at the description for talking to them, or you could talk to any of the other people. Now I'm going to see you at the next review. So until then, stay safe. Peace.